Hey review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morse, a review guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one I'm doing the follow-up to my 50,000 view Q&A video that I did a couple months ago, and I got a couple things that I kind of want to get out of the way right now, and hopefully I can do it in a quick manner. So I'm going to make this a very raw video. I'm not going to do a bunch of jump cuts. I'm just going to put the questions on the screen because honestly this video has been such a pain to make because originally I recorded it and then I was like, no, I actually want to do it with my really good friend that's been in my past Q&As. That'd be nice. We recorded it. His audio was messed up on his side and I couldn't edit it because it was spliced together with mine, which kind of sucked, so we re-recorded it, and then during the editing process the file decided to corrupt, and around that time I was getting near already 60,000 views, which I don't know how that happened, thank you, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna wait, I'm gonna hold up, and then even after that a bunch of big releases came out that I wanted to cover, so sorry this video is coming out so late. I did take a little bit of time off. I'm not sure when exactly, sorry if you can hear a lawnmower. I'm not 100% sure when this video is going to be coming out because I took a little bit of time off and it was just for personal reasons, mental reasons, and I just wanted to kind of take a step back and breathe because I've been going pretty much at 100% for a while now, and it didn't hurt the channel. I actually grew quite a bit during this time. I think I've went up like 2,000 views and like 10 subscribers or something in the past like week or so. So I'm back, I'm good, I'm feeling very energized, I'm feeling very excited to record some videos for you guys and put them up. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into your questions. Like I said, I'm just going to put them up on the screen, going to read them raw, all that good stuff. There's quite a few, so I'll try to go through them as fast as I can. Meta Machine asks quite a few questions. I am a good friend of Meta Machine's, and thank you so much for sticking around the channel for a while, dude. Another Q&A, here we go. Do you play any musical instruments, and if so, which ones do you play? I have an acoustic guitar and a trainer's violin, but I don't really know how to play either of them. Do you have a most wanted guest to appear in your rap battles, and who are they? I want to make more rap battles. You know, not really. I don't want to sound conceited when I say this, but to be honest, I've never really had a moment where someone's like really big or someone that I wanted declined me. Most of the time I'm usually, people are very accommodating and very nice to me in the community, but no, I can't really think of anyone that I'd really want in my rap battles, unless you're talking like a celebrity, obviously. If you have plans on going to college, what do you want to study in? Most likely English literature or just an English degree. When I was younger, I had wanted to go into anthropology, specifically a division of archaeology. Most of the time I was really interested in linguistical archaeology, but that kind of diminished as I got older and I lost my interest a little bit in that, and literally for like probably 5, 6, 7 years I've been really interested in literature and writing. So if I was to go, which I'm not 100% sure if I am, I would like to, I'm probably going to study English literature or English. Do you still have plans on continuing your 30 Facts About series after your Childish Gambino video? I loved making that, but it was a thorn in my side. It was such a bitch to edit. It was so hard to research all those facts because I wanted to try to blend the lines between facts that a complete newbie wouldn't know, that would give a little bit of information as they stepped into a new artist, as well as give them information for die-hard fans that know everything about Childish Gambino to maybe surprise them. And for the time I spent on that, I probably am not. I'm probably not going to do any more 30 Facts About because it was a prototype. I was just trying something new out, and it was really stressful because not only was I still doing my normal videos, I was also trying to do the 30 Facts About series on the side because I'd promised people every single Sunday, every other Sunday, and then I just kept missing marks over and over until I just kind of said, I'm just going to stop. I am working on Worst to Best albums, though, which is kind of like a replacement. I wouldn't really say replacement, but definitely kind of like a bigger scale series that's going to come out regularly. Still working on that. Have a few unlisted. Not going to release any until I have more ready, though. If you could meet anyone in the rap battle community IRL, who would you want to meet? Probably just any of my friends. People like, I wouldn't mind meeting people like you, people like Gengo, people like Jay, Dustin, Let's see, Bork. Bork would be really cool to me. Honestly, I could just go down the list of all of my friends in the rap battle community. I mean, you know who you are if you're close to me. I would like to meet any of you. Okay, moving on from there, MaxStar6 asks, what kind of computer and editing software do you use for your videos? I use a program called Shotcut, which is completely free, and I highly, highly, highly suggest it because it really does do pretty much every need that I want, and I haven't even updated it in a while. I know that there's like some more things that they added, but I just haven't updated it because I haven't had a reason to, because I've really liked what it's able to do. I know that I could buy like After Effects, or I could buy like something, Adobe Premiere or whatever, but at the same time, I don't really need to, because obviously I could make my videos all spicy and I could spend like 5 days working on every single video, but for the needs that I want, Shotcut really handles it, because at the end of the day, I'm a music review channel and I'm not trying to make like the Lord of the Rings or something. I'm just like adding some funny effects in, some reverb here and there, I'm doing zoom in effects, I'm doing an intro and outro, I'm adding some text, that type of stuff, and Shotcut's fine for all of that, and I've never had a reason to want anything else. Also, why are you bald? That would have been really valid like 2 months ago. I'm not as bald now. I'm kind of growing hair, but I shaved my head earlier this year. That's why I'm bald. Caterpillar Cookie, you know what, I just want to shout you out, Caterpillar Cookie. You've been on this channel for so long, and I love your support. Literally in the intro, the new intro, he's the one that drew that little picture of me, like, a year ago, and I know it's nerdy, I know it's kind of, like, cringy, like, to have that there, but I love it to death. I mean, I have no reason to not like it. I love it. Caterpillar Cookie, you're a huge subscriber. Okay, what platform, game console, do you play on? I've always been a Nintendo fan, but I'm a PC gamer. I play World of Warcraft, play Overwatch, Fortnite, just the usual type of stuff like that. As for consoles, I like the 3DS. I've always liked the DS and 3DS. I played a little bit of Xbox and PlayStation growing up, a little bit of Wii, but I've never really been like a huge console gamer. If we're talking the console that had my most favorite games that I played at the time, it would have been Xbox for Xbox 360 for games like Oblivion. I really loved Oblivion, really loved Fable. That series was amazing. There were quite a few games that I liked on the Xbox. What were the headphones used in your older videos? Oh, don't remind me. Oh, don't remind me. I don't know the model. I don't even remember the model. I have the box around here somewhere, but I can't really be bothered to go and look for them. But they were just some gaming headset. They were a gaming headset. That's all you need to know. I mean, they weren't like some amazing like Razer Naga gaming headset. They were just a red gaming headset. And hey, it served its purpose. It got me through quite a bit of time on the channel, so I can't really doubt where I came from. Do you like apples? I like green apples. I can't really say much about other type of apples because I don't really have that much experience with them, but I do enjoy Granny Smith apple. Alright, Thrash Maniac 99 asks, what's up, Jay? I have 3 questions. Which metal subgenre is your favorite? Progressive metalcore. Progressive metal in general, gent. I really like those genres. They're really nice. I enjoy deathcore, post-black metal. Let's see, what else is there? I like a lot of the kind of death metal and metalcore subgenres for the most part. I'm a very wide listener, if you haven't got that already from watching the channel after all this time, especially with metal. That's the genre that I've reviewed the most of, I'm pretty sure, based on my playlist. But, yeah, gent, progressive metalcore, progressive metal, that type of field. How did you get into metal in the first place? If we're talking regular metal, I grew up listening to it, but I really hit it off in about 2012 to 2013 with the band Born of Osiris, and it was by accident. It was in a recommended thing, and it was for their track Machine, which I still love that track to this day. PlayStation or Xbox, I already said. Xbox, I would prefer that, although I do enjoy a lot of PlayStation games, Final Fantasy, especially. Alright. Nell says, have you ever seen The Sweaty Man Who Keeps Me in His Basement? Currently, R. Kelly is unconvicted. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's just a meme. I thought I'd throw that in there. Another meme response. Musik Frostie asks, do you think traps are gay? I'm asking for a friend. I don't get into the trap thing. You know, I mean, some traps can be attractive. I'm just gonna say it. Like, some of them are very convincing. Some of them are cringy. Some of them are, like, intentionally over the top. But I don't mind them, honestly. That's gonna get me into so much heat. Okay, Time Lord 103. What is your most nostalgic album? Ooh, what is my most nostalgic album? It'd probably be some of my, like, favorite bands, like That's the Spirit from Bring Me the Horizon, or Drift by Era, Tomorrow We Die Alive by Born of Osiris, Eclipse by Veil of Maya. I'm also very keen to Ride the Lightning by Metallica, and Vulgar Display Powered by Pantera. These are just kind of albums that early on I was really into from metal. But otherwise, nothing Nowhere's album Ruiner I already feel that way for. Yeah, probably those. What was the first album you ever listened to? I couldn't answer that. Even if I could sit here this whole video and try, but I'm sorry. Who's your waifu? Who is my waifu? Oh, I've been asked that so many times, and I've never been able to answer. Probably, like, Rydia from Final Fantasy IV, I think, is it? Final Fantasy IV? Or D.Va from Overwatch, or Ari from League of Legends. Probably one of those three. I'd lean more towards Rydia from Final Fantasy IV, just because, like, I've always liked her, ever since I played that game when I was really young. What was your first fan-made rap battle that you remember watching? An epic rap battle parody. I can't remember the exact one, but it was an early one. It was an early epic rap battle parodies. What is your social security number? Nice try. Favorite color? Green. I'm boring. Favorite video game? World of Warcraft. I've played World of Warcraft more years of my life than I haven't, and that's kind of sad to admit. I don't regret it. What review did you have the most fun making? What about the most frustrating review to make? Most fun? Come at me, Cane Hill, but that video was fun. I loved that drama. That drama was so much fun. Like, I loved taking their asses to task in that response video. Like, that was one of the most funnest moments on the channel because, sorry if my eyes are watering, my nose stuffy, allergies are messing me up today. Like, I had so many people egging me on like, Discord and my DMs and Gmail. They're like, oh my god, dude, did you hear? I can't even remember his name. Is his name Adrian or something? I can't even remember his name. He was like, he shouted you out, dude. He's talking smack. He's talking shit. He's on Twitter. He's adding. He's posting your video, and people are flooding, and the dislikes are coming. And I was, like, going through a really, really bad cold at the time. Like, I had a really, really bad cold, and my throat was messed up. My nose was stuffed up. My eyes were watering. My ears were popped out. My stomach was killing me, and I was sitting in bed, hopped up on NyQuil on my laptop, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I got all these DMs and messages, and I was like, what is happening? And I had seen that Cane Hill, the review had, like, blown up, so I was like, oh my god, I'm getting out of bed, and I just picked my camera up raw and just blasted him, basically, and he never replied. He never replied. I wouldn't have either, honestly. That was very fun. I also enjoyed the Quavo Huncho review I did of Quavo's album last year. That was really fun. That was very inspirited and spicy. I liked doing that a lot. Most frustrating review, probably a recent one, probably the Blackpink review. Honestly, that just because I love the band so much that it hurt to see the album be so bad, and I knew that it was going to get me hate. That video still has a positive to non-positive like to dislike ratio. It has over like 1,300 views. All the Blackpink stans are like coming for me. Thank you if you've gotten that up there, because I'm like fairly high up in the search results for that right now, which is pretty cool. What's the meaning of life? It's what you make it. So it's what you make of it, dude. I mean, life is an enigma. It is what you make it. I do believe in that. I do believe that you forge your own destiny, and you can complain. I mean, we waste so much time complaining about wasted time that, like, just do something. Just do what you want to do. Do what you think you have to do. Try different things. Try opportunities. Make life what you want it to be. Because at the end of the day, you get one life on this earth, and just use that to your advantage. Use it to your advantage, and do whatever makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter. If you're laying your head down at night with billions of dollars in your pocket, but you are completely miserable, then who knows? Because that money's not going to follow you into the coffin. So just, you know, be yourself, love others, be nice, love family, all that good stuff. All right, Michael Purnell, congrats. I'm hoping this channel continues to grow. You definitely deserve it. Thank you. I believe that too. My questions would be, most beautiful records you've heard? A Keaton Henson album. Without hesitation, a Keaton Henson album. I love him. He's so underrated. He's a folk singer. If you don't know him, he's fairly obscure, but I do love his album so much. I've been listening to him a lot recently. Best concert experience. The only concert I've really been to was last year in December. Breaking Benjamin, Five Finger Death Punch, In Flames, and From Ashes to New, front row seats. Met Five Finger Death Punch. That was a sick concert, a really nice experience. Had to stand out in the cold for like an hour and a half, but I did meet a good friend. So, I mean, you know, I'm a glass half full type of guy. Do you like the Deftones? I like some Deftones. It depends on the track we're talking about. A lot of times I have trouble getting into that kind of 2000s radio rock alternative metal type of thing, but you know what? I like some things. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, though. Best of luck moving forward. I'll always be here to support you. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate that. Jake MSV, it's multi. He says, I believe I've sort of voiced a question like this before in a call. Have you ever sort of stepped back and had writer's block, so to speak, on how exactly to describe something you're talking about after having described so much music already with so many reviews? From listening to all this music, how have your taste changes before you started your review series to current day from being exposed to so much, or have you always been taking in so much music? Okay, that is a packed question. I love that question. Good job. That's probably the best question in this whole video. No offense to anyone else, but before I started doing reviews, I was a gaming channel. I did Overwatch videos, World of Warcraft videos, and just some miscellaneous videos. When I started doing music reviews, I started by just doing reviews of albums that I personally really enjoyed that weren't new. Some of my first reviews were like Vast Spirit by Bring Me the Horizon, Dark Before Dawn by Breaking Benjamin, All We Know of Heaven, All We Need of Hell by PVRIS. Just a lot of albums that I personally liked that weren't really new releases. And that was pretty much my channel for a very long time. And that is a lot different than what I've been doing this year. I pretty much think that I started my channel this year, in 2019. That's how I feel. Because at the end of the day, my channel is very subjective, and back when I was doing other reviews, I was able to know every little detail about what I was talking about because it was albums that I had listened to so much. Nowadays, I like write some notes for my things, I listen to things multiple times, and I put a lot more time into the research process and all that. So I would say that I never really struggle with how to describe something. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm a verbose person because I write and I read a lot, and I'm just a very like linguistical person, so I usually don't have trouble describing something. Sometimes the best I can say is like you have to experience it for yourself, but even then I'm usually able to find some sort of comparison, and at the worst I just compare it to another song or band. But have my music taste changed? I don't think so. I've pretty much always listened to the same type of music, and I still have a lot of appreciation for all the music that I've really ever listened to. And I've always taken in a lot of music. I've been a music person my entire life, and even before I started the YouTube channel, I was listening to the type of music I listen to now. So thank you very much for that question. That was an awesome question. Most of the time, if I take breaks, it's not because of writer's block, it's just because I need a break. In the rap battle community, what was your favorite role? Junkrat in Vladimir P's battle, Ezekiel Meteora from Freshie Canal's battle, Illidan Stormrage in my battle. Probably those. Those are good. That was ForgottenSons, by the way. Thank you. Music Life, another longtime subscriber. You know, you guys always come out of the woodworks. You don't always comment on everything, but when a Q&A happens, you're there, man, and I love that. I love that feeling. I appreciate you guys so much. Wow, congrats, smiley face. You definitely deserve it, and who knows, maybe someday you will be a pro photographer, a video editor, whatever you want to be. Those things are art, and the beauty of art is every artist has their own style, a way of doing things. Some people call literally throwing paint on a canvas art, laughing out loud. That is true. As for the questions, man, my nose is so stuffed up. I don't know if you saw my question on your video reviewing either Cane Hill or Whitechapel, I don't remember which, but basically, how do you find or choose the music you review? Like, what's your process? Do you have any advice for anyone else wanting to do reviews? I've been thinking of starting to do something like that. Alright. Be honest. Be completely honest. Be subjective. Don't lie. Don't pander. People will see through that. I used to pander so much. I used to, like, do reviews, and I would just say what I think people want to hear about a popular artist, and they did not serve me well, and people saw through it, and it didn't get many views, and it wasn't that interesting. So just be yourself, be honest, don't feel the need to just, like, be scared to say something, because I am literally numb to, like, dislikes and hate comments, because I've made so many negative reviews that have just caused so much controversy that I live off of it. Like, I'm a leech to that type of stuff. As for how do I choose the music I review, it's an arduous process, it's tumultuous, it's rough. I follow so many forums, I follow so many Twitters, I follow so many Instagrams, I follow so many Facebook posts, I follow so many YouTube, labels and bands, and I'm constantly looking, I'm constantly taking suggestions from you guys. Some of the best albums come from you guys, like the Sayor album was, I believe his name was Tony Montoya, he suggested that, which was awesome. So he suggested one of my, like my 10 out of 10s, which is pretty awesome. So anyways, just be yourself. Don't be afraid to say exactly how you feel about something, because at the end of the day, you are you, and your tastes are your tastes, and try to cater to what you enjoy, what type of music you enjoy. If you're a K-pop fan, review K-pop. If you're a metal fan, review metal. If you're a pop fan, review pop. Don't feel the need to go into other genres that you don't feel comfortable with. I can even admit that. Like, there's certain genres that I'm just not that either interested in or not that experienced with, and maybe I miss out on some good music. I gotta stop the camera real quick and do a quick jump cut because the time's almost running out, and then I'll continue. Woo! I'm back. Took a little bit of break because my mouth was hurting from talking so much, and it was a long session, and I'm hot, so I changed shirts. But it's the same cream and the same memes, boys. The Aussie-can asks, is there a song that you would consider to be a guilty pleasure? No, because I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I am a very, like, conservative person when it comes to music, because if you like a certain type of music, then like a certain type of music, because it doesn't matter. If you like a song or artist that you don't conventionally like, or like an album that you don't conventionally like, or if you listen to Cattle Decapitation and Justin Bieber, I'll be your friend that says the same. I don't care. Music's music, and if it touches you in a different way than it touches me that I don't understand, then that's not really my place to. I'm just a reviewer. I'm just very subjective. That's just who I am. Roger Astwood says, nice change of scenery, this will do good for your channel. Yeah, I did it outside, it was kind of a pain, but maybe I'll do more for other Q&As eventually. Aaron G. Peters, guy that made the thumbnail, the picture for my album Spectrum, thank you, big supporter of the channel. Who are some of your favorite rappers as of late? Nothing Nowhere for sure. Kids See Ghosts, if you count the fact that it's a new project, even though it's two established rappers. Love Nothing Nowhere, obviously. Favorite rappers as of late. I wouldn't really say there's someone that I've, like, I guess Lil Sims, obviously. That, I really love her new album, and she hadn't been an artist that I'd really been into previously. I'm trying to think. Most of the rappers, what do you define new by? Because there's quite a few rappers I've started listening to in the past year or two, but no one that I've really, like, just now started listening to. And then finally, we have some questions from Arven Cala. When listening to albums/tracks, do you listen to them once or multiple times for a review? Multiple times now. Used to be once, but now it's multiple times. Unfortunately or fortunately, I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it because it gives me the chance to really sink my teeth into an album, good or bad as it may be. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Been a little stressed recently, and like with YouTube, I've had like anxiety spikes just because of like seeing views go up. But that's just my own issue because I'm not. I remember back in a time when I used to do live streams and I would have to shut them down after 10 minutes because no one would come. I miss those days to some degree because like seeing views go up into the hundreds and knowing that people are watching, that kind of. It's not the funnest thing for my anxiety, but I'm doing okay, thank you. What's your favorite music genre? Heavy metal, I guess you could say heavy metal. Also enjoy rap, also enjoy K-pop, rock, I mean, jazz, I like everything, electronic, really love electronic. Who's your favorite artist? Artist or band? Band era. Artist, probably Nothing Nowhere. Probably Nothing Nowhere right now. Do you sometimes get burnt out over how many albums you listen to? Sometimes, but not really, just because of how many genres I review. It usually doesn't really come in the way of that harshly, and it's still pretty okay. Yeah, it's usually fine because, like, since that's the final one, let me go to my channel real quick, because I'll give an example. Most of the time, it's only if I will do, like, a bunch of stuff right back to back. Okay, so, like, some of my recent reviews, Apparat LP5, that was an electronic album, loved it. Billie Eilish's album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? That's kind of like a pop, industrial album. Whitechapel The Valley, that's a deathcore album with different elements. Show Me the Body, Dog Whistle, that's a hardcore punk album. Blackpink, Kill This Love, that is a K-pop album. Periphery, For Hell Stand, that is a progressive metalcore gen album. Numenori and Adore, it's a post-black metal album. BTS Map of the Soul Persona, that's a K-pop album with R&B elements. So, I mean, I'm constantly reinventing, I'm constantly trying out new things, and I'm constantly listening to so much. Like, for every I will go ahead and say this, for every album review that you see, there's probably about 5, 6, 7 albums that I've listened to during the span of the previous album review and the next album review that I did not review, if that makes sense. So, honestly, it just depends. So, anyways, that's it. That's pretty much it. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you've enjoyed this video, that's awesome. If you've stayed all the way, that's awesome. Sorry it's a long session. Sorry it took a while to come out, but I really enjoyed recording this video. It was a lot of fun. Wish it wasn't as hot, but I'll talk to you guys next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Smash that notification bell. I'll sign off. I'm signing off. What is my life? What is language? English. I'm Jay Morris. Farewell.